You have one last spot to give then. I have two, but you have one last one. Who gets it?
This was really tough, but I'm going to go with Şengün.
Okay.
I'm going with Şengün.
He made it on my ballot, but he was lower than the other guy I picked.
And look, and again, now you get down to these last couple, and because I said the same thing in the East, like I get down to these last two guys, like Kawhi Leonard and Şengün, and this next, I have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 more guys written down. And if you want to lump them in with those 5 and make an argument for one of the 5 guys I'm going to mention in a second, I'm not going to fight you too hard on it. Yeah. I'm not. So people don't be flipping out. If you have one of these next 5 guys I'm about to mention instead of Kawhi or instead of Şengün, but I just think both of those guys deserve to be there. Houston's a contender in the Western Conference. Şengün, just with what he does every night across the board with his versatility. Here's the other thing that differentiates him from a couple of guys that are in this next group of 5, Şengün I'm talking about, and Kawhi falls in this category too. When you're a guy that the offense runs through for stretches, rather than kind of somebody else on the, and I know they have Kevin Durant, but they look at the possession breakdown. Şengün has just as many possessions where they initiate to him and let him go be the guy that sets the table. And if he doesn't get double teams, he scores. If he does, make a play. So it's like they kind of share that role. Şengün, for me, that's what separates him from some other guys on this list when I'm talking about that last spot. And that's what I went with. And his numbers are just great every night across the board and versatile. And that team has a legit shot, to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Şengün, I think, is my last guy in. He was the number 12th guy, but I do put him on there. I will say this, that his numbers are not necessarily career numbers. They're pretty much in line with 2 seasons ago, or some combination of 2 seasons ago and last season. And that was part of what was difficult for me on this one. And then the Rockets, 4 seeds, so they've been pretty good. I expected a little bit more out of him, to be honest, this year. I kind of wondered if it would go back, if this would be Şengün's team this year and KD fits around it. It hasn't quite worked out that way. I think KD's clearly their best player. But nonetheless, he gets in.